This morning, Secretary of War Pete Hegseth and Trump, they both spoke to top military leaders at Quantico. Both their speeches rambled and weaved about the new values of our military. From removing DEI to subtly suggesting war crimes, the pair absolutely disrespected our military. And welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show on our continued journey to 500,000 subscribers. Let's get there. Why do we even need to get there? Because of this. So hit subscribe, watch, comment, and share. There is no choice. Now, I want to start with some clips from Trump's speech. Trump, of course, announced that he was waging war on American cities. No, you're hearing me right. That we are going to be waging war on American cities and that the military would be assisting him. Play the clip.
What they've done to San Francisco, Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, they're very unsafe places, and we're going to straighten them out one by one. And this is going to be a major part for some of the people in this room. That's a war, too. It's a war from within. Controlling the physical territory of our border is essential to national security. We can't let these people in.
Again, I live in New York City. This is no war zone. Sure. Is there crime? Sure there is. Is there crime in D.C.? Is there crime in Palm Beach? Is there crime in every city, in every state? Absolutely. Unfortunate, but it is a reality. But is it a war? No. Trump then continues on, and he says that we are under invasion from within. Truthfully, I don't even know what the heck that means. Play the clip.
Only in recent decades did politicians somehow come to believe that our job is to police the far reaches of Kenya and Somalia, while America is under invasion from within. We're under invasion from within. No different than a foreign enemy, but more difficult in many ways because they don't wear uniforms.
Okay, let's stop for a second. And I want each and every one of you watching this, and we get some great numbers, and let's keep getting great numbers. But I want each and every one of you to stop for a second and ask yourself, do you feel like there's an invasion from within? Do you walk around the streets nervous and scared? Like if this was Fallujah? If the answer is yes, well, then I'm wrong. If the answer is no, well, keep paying attention here, because he also goes on to say that Portland looks like World War II. Play the clip.
How about Portland, Oregon, where it looks like a war zone? And I get a call from the liberal governor, "Sir, please don't come in. We don't need you." I said, well, unless they're playing false tapes, this looked like World War II.
Really? You have bombed out buildings. You have Nazis walking around. Seriously? He then goes on and speaks about Seattle during the summer of 2020 during the Black Lives Matter movement. Play that clip.
Things where they took over parts of Seattle. They actually took over a big percentage of Seattle. Think of that. You remember that. That was a while ago. And I sent in the troops and they were gone. As soon as I sent them in, when we send in the troops, if you have a real leader that says you got to do what you have to do, I put that out the other day. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. I guess under the same theory, you may remember a couple of years back, there was a massive protest here in New York City by women, hands off my pussy. Do you remember that with the pink hats? I guess they too invaded this country. And they too are a threat to our national security. Claim that the people in the cities that he's invading, they love the military. Not true at all. Play the clip.
And you know what the people say? The people in those cities where they're being raped and shot and beat up, you know what they say? We love the military. You ever see where they interview the people on the street? I've never seen somebody say they don't, unless they're radical and paid off, because a lot of these insurrectionists are paid by, whether it's Soros or other people, but they're paid by the radical left.
There's so much anger, there's so much hate in just one brief sentence there. Now, not surprisingly, Trump made his speech to the military political, saying that Democrats never treat troops with respect. Well, to be fair, you never heard a Democrat turn around and call the military suckers and losers. Play that clip.
Administration. They did not treat you with respect. They're Democrats. They never do.
No, seriously. Enough becomes enough at some point in time. Look, the saddest part is there are certain things I absolutely agree with Trump on. But Democrats not showing the military respect. I want to remind you, whose family members served in the military? Whose son died from exposure to burn pits? Wasn't on Trump's side. And you all know who I'm talking about, right? Joe Biden. Now, Trump continued to say that Democrats are just vicious people. Play that clip.
The vote that I got from the military, and they're vicious people, that we have to fight, just like you have to fight vicious people. Mine are a different kind of vicious. But they spread all these horrible, they made up statements and said what I said about everything, but even about the military. But fortunately, the military didn't believe it. It's hard. They make up a statement and they said, you say it. We had 25 people that said he never said that. 25. We had 25 affidavits. And they said, well, we're going with it anyway. These sleazebags. And it's why the press is really losing all power, because people aren't believing it. We need an honest press. We need borders. We need borders. We need an honest press. We need fair elections. I mean, those three things. And we don't have an honest press. We have a really corrupt press. But we fight through the corrupt press. And the people understand you have to do this stuff a lot. You have to go on television a lot because you can't get a fair shake if you're going to rely on somebody else. They don't understand. They've destroyed the image of media now is at the lowest point it's ever been. It's lower than Congress. Can you believe that? It's something.
Yeah, let me be clear. What he doesn't like is when he says something, the press is there videotaping it, and then people comment on it. Well, you don't want people to say things about what you say, then, I don't know, maybe don't say them. And then talking about respect, on his way to Virginia, on his way there, Trump said that if he didn't like someone at Quantico, he would fire them on the spot. I guess he loves the military. Play the clip.
This time. So I'm going over, I'm going to be meeting with generals and with admirals and with leaders. And if I don't like somebody, I'm going to fire him right on the spot.
Yeah, strength, fire him on the spot. Now, during his speech, he started rambling about bringing back battleships. Nothing says strength like a battleship. Play that clip.
I think we should maybe start thinking about battleships, by the way. We have a Secretary of the Navy. He came to me because I look at the Iowa out in California, and I look at different ships and the old pictures. I used to watch Victory at Sea. I love Victory at Sea. Look at these admirals. It's got to be your all-time in black and white. And I look at those ships. They came with the destroyers alongside of them, and man, nothing was going to stop. They were 20 deep, and they were in a straight line, and there was nothing going to stop them. And we actually talk about, those ships. Some people would say, no, that's old technology. I don't know. I don't think it's old technology when you look at those guns. But it's something we're actually considering, the concept of battleship. Nice 6-inch sides, solid steel, not aluminum that melts if it looks at a missile coming at it.
Yeah. First of all, let me be very clear about something. The Secretary of the Navy is a guy by the name of John Phelan. I know him for a very long time, an old friend, actually. John Phelan never actually served in the Navy. He has no military experience at all, and I highly doubt he turned around and said, we need battleships, because here's the saddest part. You line them up in a row, you get a handful of drones, you know what you have? You have a lot of military equipment at the bottom of the ocean. We're in a totally different stage now of technology and war. He also started to ramble about new fighter jets. Okay, I can go for that one. New fighter jets. Little, of course, joking that they're named after him. Play the clip.
I didn't name it. I did not name it. Boeing came in and they said, sir, this is our submittal. It's the greatest fighting jet ever done. And, they're testing all these planes. All the companies are testing, and this one tested like through the roof. And they said, we'd like to name it the F-47. I said, all right, let me think about it. Then after thinking for about 2 seconds, I said, okay. You know, that means 47. I'm 47. So I'm 45, 46, and 47, you know, if you think about it. I just don't want the credit for 46. I don't want to have their open borders and people coming in from all over the world, including jails and mental institutes. I don't want that on my record, but I like having it.
Yeah, sure there. Meanwhile, he brings up, of course, Venezuela. Why? Again, I don't know. Saying that there are no more boats in the area because he blew them all up. Play that clip.
It's just like in Venezuela. You've seen the boats going. We can't find any more boats. They're carrying drugs. Massive. Every boat kills about 25,000 people. That's what they have. They had fentanyl mostly and a lot of other drugs. And we take them out, and we've taken out 4. So, and it's on air. Everybody gets to see it. Not that we like to do that.
Yeah, of course, not that we like to do it. Meanwhile, the fishing boat attacks, they do actually seem like war crimes, right? I mean, you don't know what's on these boats. And then you're just blowing them right out of the water. But according to Pete Hegseth, factor, what the hell are you worrying about that for? It's absolutely fine. Play the clip.
We fight to win. We unleash overwhelming and punishing violence on the enemy. We also don't fight with stupid rules of engagement. We untie the hands of our warfighters to intimidate, demoralize, hunt, and kill the enemies of our country. No more politically correct and overbearing rules of engagement. Just common sense, maximum lethality, and authority for warfighters.
God damn it. Meanwhile, he also goes on and says that it isn't a good look for our military leaders to be overweight. Sure there, pal. I guess it's easy then to say, what about your commander-in-chief? Play the clip.
It all starts with physical fitness and appearance. If the Secretary of War can do regular, hard PT, so can every member of our joint force. Frankly, it's tiring to look out at combat formations, or really any formation, and see fat troops. Likewise, it's completely unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon and leading commands around the country and the world. It's a bad look. It is bad, and it's not who we are.
Yeah, of course it's not who we are. Actually, America, that's exactly who we are. There's a lot of overweight. There's a lot of overweight people in this country. Does that mean that they should be able to serve? What about depending upon the capacity? Do you really need a 60-year-old general, 1-star, whatever, or major? He's not going into battle. What about the experience that they bring to the table? No, that doesn't matter. As long as you can do your 15 pull-ups, right, you idiot? Hegseth also said that if any military leaders are unhappy, if they're unhappy with what he's saying, they can resign. Play the clip.
But if the words I'm speaking today are making your heart sink, then you should do the honorable thing and resign. We would thank you for your service. But I suspect, I know, the overwhelming majority of you feel the opposite. These words make your hearts full.
Yeah, let me be very clear about something. This was like a bad hype speech for a Boy Scout committee. And finally, nothing says Pete Hegseth like taking the opportunity during this extremely, extremely important meeting at Quantico. That couldn't, of course, be done through, Zoom. Nothing like taking the opportunity on stage to promote your own book. Play the clip.
Some of it hidden. Or as the chairman has put it, we are clearing out the debris, removing the distractions, clearing the way for leaders to be leaders. You might say we're ending the war on warriors. I heard someone wrote a book about that.
And get yours today. And if you do, and you're the military, then you're going to get 10% off. This is so ridiculous. My friends, it's why I constantly say subscribe, share, comment, do whatever you have to do. Join the community so we can put an end to this. And as always, Thanks for listening. Hey, everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. We're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.